Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be tackling the question of where does the skull flood go if you miss it? So, the skull flood I'm referring to is the one at the beginning of the mission Floodgate. That is the flood at the top of the building that holds the fog skull that you need to kill to get it to drop the skull so you can pick it up and get your achievement and unlock the skull. Well, unlock if you're on OG Halo 3. It's already unlocked on MCC. But nonetheless, you need to do this to get the achievement anyways. If you want the achievement, that is. But anyways, so as you can see, that flood spawns up there holding the skull. You shoot it, and if you shoot it just right, then it'll drop the skull. Now, if you miss the shot, or you don't kill it, or in time or something like that, then it'll run off with the skull. And, well, then the skull is seemingly gone. Or if you kill it too early, it drops it too early as well, and you can't reach the skull either. And then, you know, most tutorials out there don't suggest at that point you just revert the last checkpoint and try again. But where does that flood actually go if you miss? Does it just keep running off forever? Does it just despawn and go poof? Does the skull despawn? Well, let's take a look at what actually happens. So let's take a look first what happens from the beginning. So the skull is actually always on the top of the building, on the roof. It does not spawn with the flood. The flood spawns later on. See, it spawns and the skull teleports to the flood. So that's actually pretty interesting, because I always thought the skull spawned with the flood combat form, but since I looked into it for this video, it turns out the skull spawns separately. So after that, the flood jumps across to the other building here, and it's still holding the skull, and at this point it's running away from you, and you know, you've already lost your chance to shoot the skull off the flood. But the flood does not actually just despawn and go poof. Instead, it actually just drops dead, and well, actually it doesn't drop dead, it kind of just explodes and dies, so to speak, and its body parts just drop to the ground, but the skull also drops down. So on all those guides that say like the only way at this point is to revert to the last checkpoint and try it again, technically they're wrong. You can actually still reach the skull if you want, but you know, realistically it is just easier to revert. But for this video, the rest of this video, just for fun, we're going to show you guys how to get all the way up to the skull, just to prove that if you miss the skull on your first try, you still have a second shot at getting it without having to revert the last checkpoint. So to do this, you need to come out the map here, which is a pretty old trick we've done a long time ago. But what you want to do is have one player against the barrier there. This invisible barrier that we're up against. Just keep walking back against it, and then kill the other player so that they spawn behind the barrier, and then they can kill you so that you spawn with them. And once you spawn with them, then you'll both be beyond the barrier there. And it's just simple as that. Now have another player walk all the way out here. There's an invisible corner here, 90-degree corner. You can't see it, but it's there. And you want to do an elevator glitch to get up to the top of the roof here. And to do this glitch, have the bottom player walk into the corner. Either walk backwards or forwards into the corner. Keep walking and then rapidly tap the jump button while walking directly into the corner. And if you do it correctly, then you will actually elevate up, hence why it's called the elevator glitch, and that's how you can get up the building. Now after this point, I don't think there's any good 90-degree corners left here, so the best way to get up here is just to double jump up. So have one player stand on the bottom and another player stand on top, and then just jump up, and the bottom jumps, and then one player reach the top, and just have the player left behind kill themselves so that they spawn back up with the other player. And at this point you need to do one more double jump to get up, so it's just a maximum of 2 double jumps. But once you're up, then at this point the bottom player still needs to kill themselves to spawn up here, but from this point on you could just grenade jump up, and then that's it. Now to make your way to the skull, you need to go around the top of these buildings out of the map, and this is a pretty simple route to take, but you do want to be a little careful, because sometimes if you don't watch your step, you might fall back in the map, or you might accidentally load the next part of the mission, which will actually like freeze your game, so to speak, and you have to restart the mission. But just basically follow this simple path and you'll reach where the skull is in no time. Now, I guess it goes without saying that you do need to do this on co-op with at least 2 players, you and one other player. But that's basically the only requirement for this. And of course, you gotta be on normal difficulty for you to have the skull. But yeah, so there you guys have it. We've went around the whole map and reached the skull. Now, like I said, it would have been just easier just to revert the last checkpoint, but I did want to show you guys that it is indeed still possible to get the skull, even if you missed it and you don't want to revert. But really, there's no point in not reverting if you only want the skull for the achievement. But yeah, so that's basically sums this all up. Now, all the floods seem to have died at the same time, so they kind of are in the same position. But there's really nothing else to that. This is really the only place they go. They just go across the roof a little bit and then just drop dead. But hopefully that does answer the question of where the skull flood goes if you miss it, which is a little bit across the roof and then drops dead. But it does leave the skull behind. But yeah, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and found it to be interesting nonetheless. And if you guys do try it out, hopefully you guys have fun with the little trick. It is pretty cool to explore out the map either way. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts and comments, anything else you want to check out or look into, any questions you have, just let me know. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!